Food Fight is made possible by the Oklahoma Natural Gas Energy Efficiency Rebate Program. You can find more inspiration in the kitchen at naturalgascooking.com.
These two teams had defeated all other challengers before them, and now they are here to battle it out. We have the Veneta Hornets up against the Glenpool Warriors. That is happening for the championship round of Food Fight Season 3 coming up next. Welcome to the championship of Food Fight Season 3. I'm your host, Anna Berry. Today is the final cook-off, and we have the Veneta Hornets up against the Glenpool Warriors. They are competing to win college scholarship money, and they are competing right here in the One Gas Education and Training area. We want to thank One Gas for providing this kitchen for our competition. Let's also thank our judges. So many talented judges joined us for Season 3. Special thanks to Taylor Barton, Courtney Dennis, Taylor Latouche, Callie Farish, Miranda Kaiser, Sylvana Benice, Skylar Cooper, Jeremy Johnson, Frank Mitchell, Michael Wilson, Angela Evans, and now our newest judge to join us for this series.
Yeah, Elliot Nelson, founder and CEO of McNally's Group. We own and operate 28 different restaurants around Oklahoma, 21 different concepts. So. Yeah.
Wow, 28. And it all started with what?
McNally's Pub downtown. So it'll be 21 years next week. And so been in the industry for a long time now. Did it straight out of college with no real experience. And as we've grown as a company, we kind of started out with the pub, which is maybe not culinary highbrow, but we always had a great hamburger, and then have grown into now having James Beard nominated restaurants, award-winning steakhouses and other things, and so our kind of culinary reputation and skills have grown over the years now with some great people.
Wonderful, and you are also nominated as a restaurateur.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, very exciting to get the recognition from James Beard. It's always, you don't really do these things for the recognition, but it's always nice to get the nod.
All right, let's meet the Veneta Hornets. What is your name and what grade are you in?
Carter in 12th grade.
Okay.
Michaela, I'm a junior.
Gabby, I'm a senior.
And Hornets, are you ready to be champions?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Let's meet our next team. All right, let's meet our Glenpool Warriors. What's your name and what grade are you in?
My name is Lily Bullock and I'm a junior.
I'm Ella Murphy and I'm a junior.
I'm Elizabeth Gunn and I'm a senior.
Are you ready to win this battle?
Yes.
Yes. All right, let's get cooking. Earlier, both teams had a chance to plan ahead and gather crucial ingredients from the pantry and cold storage areas, setting the stage for crafting their two dishes. The main course will be a filet with béarnaise sauce, potatoes Anna, and broccolini. For the dessert round, it's going to be a real challenge. The teams are faced with a mystery bag of ingredients. Each team must include one of the following into their dessert: carrots, basil, jalapenos, balsamic vinegar, or tortilla chips. Glenpool ended up choosing carrots, and Veneta then chose to work the tortilla chips into their dessert. With their carts stocked and ready, the teams head back to their stations, eager to showcase their cooking skills. The carts are ready and loaded. Let's see if our teams are ready. Glenpool, y'all ready?
Yeah!
Yeah, what about you, Veneta?
Yeah.
All right, they are ready for this championship round. Audience, are you ready? Let's start that clock. 60 minutes begins now.
Did they take both of the paring knives? Those orange ones?
I don't know.
Because we only have one.
Hey, how many of these do you think we need in there?
How many do what?
How many of these?
Go ahead and start with 2 and then show me and then I'll decide if we need more or not.
Okay. Do you think that's the right amount of crumble?
Just keep going and then I'll tell you because that's not enough to really base it off.
As the teams inch closer to finishing their championship dishes, let's meet the experts who will be judging today.
Jeremy Johnson, Chief Culinary Officer at the Food Bank of Eastern Oklahoma. I've been at the Food Bank just over 11 years, and I've just passed my first year as executive chef there. So I'm very excited to be here and judging the competition today.
Well, when it comes to being a judge, you're judging these kids where you were once in this position. So what are you looking for?
Yeah, so what I'm looking for when the students present is really their presentation. I want to see how well they work together. I want to see how clean they keep their area, and really the overall product, how it comes, how they present it. It's the whole deal. It's not just the food. It's how you prepare it, how you bring it, and also how you give it to the judges.
So as a judge, we're glad you're here for the first time. What are you looking for in these kids? Some of them are aspiring chefs and restaurateurs as well.
Right. I mean, I think a lot of it for me is just looking at the diligence and the care that these kids put into the food, right? Seeing how much attention they pay to the details. One of the things I'll probably pay a lot of attention to is just how the food is seasoned. Some of the things they're being asked to do today are difficult and hard to do, but I think that, if they season it well and they pay a lot of attention to it, it might not fully come together like you would always want, but I think that knowing how much someone cares and seeing how much attention they put into it, I think you can let some of the kind of finished product slide a little bit if you know they're really, really trying to pay attention to it.
And now, our lead judge, Taylor Barton, will share her step-by-step guide on how to recreate today's recipe at home.
Hi, I'm Chef Taylor, and I'm the lead judge for RSU TV's Food Fight. I'll be showing you today's recipe. When it comes to steaks, I'm a purist. I like salt and pepper and not much else. And I am rubbing this all over. Not rubbing it in, but I'm just letting it sit on the outer part. I have a squeeze bottle of olive oil here. I'm starting with my steak first because I know that's going to be the longest cooking time. We need this to get a hard sear on it, so we're going to let it be on one side cooking for about 5 minutes. I'm going to start cutting some of the vegetables for my béarnaise and for my vegetable sides. So I have half a shallot here. I have a tablespoon of white wine vinegar and about a quarter cup of white wine. We're going into the saucepan with a teaspoon of tarragon. What I'm doing is reducing this, and I'm going to get a little bit of a reduction out of this to put into my eggs for my béarnaise. So in a small saucepan, I'm going to put a little bit of water. So I'm going to put that on a slow heat as well. I need 2 egg yolks in a medium bowl. I am starting the eggs for my béarnaise sauce. All right, I'm ready to check on my steak. Looks like it could use maybe a little bit more oil. And let's give it a flip. That's what I was going for. In a small saucepan, we're gonna need to melt almost 2 whole sticks of butter. So now, while that is melting, I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking our eggs. So over the flame it goes. You need a fine wire whisk. And we are going to keep these eggs moving while I'm cooking them. They will slowly cook in this double boiler. It's gonna take me about 5 minutes. There's a way you can tell this is gonna be complete. You can take a little like this, do a streak like that, and if it holds its streak without falling, that means that the consistency is correct. We call this nape. So, as well, our reduction is almost ready to go. So what we got is almost dry. I have boiled this until almost all the liquid is gone. I've got a strainer here, and I am going to try and collect this goodness into the edge like that. And I just need the juice off of this. I need the tarragon, lemony, vinegary juice that's off of this reduction. And that's it. That's all I need to do. So we mix it in. And with this butter, I have a free hand, and I'm going to whisk. We're going to emulsify this butter into this egg yolk. If you've ever made mayonnaise at home, this is kind of the same technique. We don't want to put the entire amount of butter into my egg yolks or it will break. And a lovely béarnaise sauce was made. Now I'm going to show you how to make a potatoes Anna. So I'm going to start with a little bit of oil in my pan, not a lot. Drizzle a little bit of oil on that. We're going to let that go low and slow. We're going to be utilizing all of the broccoli. Now I'm going to get a little bit of oil in my pan. We have that preheating. Mince some garlic. Into the pan it goes. We're going to take a look at our potatoes. Very carefully, I'm going to flip these. We're almost finished with our broccoli, so let's get ready to plate. We're going to slide our potatoes, Anna, onto our plate. Our broccoli. And now we're going to put our steak on. I have a little bit of minced parsley here, just right on top. And that's how you make a filet mignon. Let's check back with our competitors.
All right, everyone, there's only 30 minutes left. Only 30 minutes. And how did you guys prep for this championship?
Oh, they went home and they practiced individually. They came up with a plan, kind of traveling yesterday, and went home and prepped. And so the curveballs today really made them have to pivot.
Oh, what do you think they're going to do with the tortilla chips?
I can't give it away.
What has it been like for you guys coming into downtown Tulsa and this experience? What's that been like for them?
You know, most of our kids are rural kids, and so downtown Tulsa is an experience for them. They get to see lots of architecture, experience city life that they normally don't do. So even just the traveling here is an experience. They are getting such a great experience in being able to do this, but of course our goal today is to win.
Good luck.
Thank you.
What is their game plan?
To divide and conquer. That is their game plan.
And how do they handle that secret ingredient?
I think they went something that they felt confident in.
And now Glenpool's not too far, but what's that been like bringing the kids into downtown Tulsa this week?
It's been a great experience because even though we're not that far, we're 15 minutes from downtown. Some of my kids have never even been in downtown, more than the outskirts. So that's been, and seeing the architecture and stopping at things like Center of the Universe and talking about the underground tunnels, even though we're not getting to see them, but they were like, I didn't even know those existed.
And what advice did you give them going into this championship?
Just to stay calm and do what they are great at.
Perfect. Good luck.
Thanks.
Now, if you were to win this competition, who would be the first person you would call and tell?
My mom and my family.
And how would they react?
They would probably be really, really proud of me. And yeah, I love to bake and I love to cook, so they always know that I'm cooking and everything. So for them to see me on this show, they love it. It's inspiring for them.
Now, who's going to be the first person you're going to tell if you win?
After September, probably my parents.
Okay, and how will your parents react when they find out?
Hopefully happy that I got some scholarship money. If either way I get scholarship money, so hopefully very happy about that because I do need assistance with that.
If you were to win, who would be the first person you would tell?
Honestly, my mom.
And how would she react?
I think she'd jump over the moon.
And who would be the first person you would tell if you won?
Probably my mom.
And how would your mom feel?
She would probably feel very proud. I would tell my dad first.
And why your dad?
He's been really into knowing everything about what I'm doing here. And I think he'd be really proud to know that we won.
Well, maybe you can go home and make him some potatoes, Anna. And if you were to win, who would be the first person you'd tell?
No one. They can watch the show to find out.
Perfect. Good one. Awesome. Great job. Good luck. All right, everyone, there's only 10 minutes left.
Oh my gosh, this doesn't really cut very easily, and it's all coming apart. I don't know. Actually, we're just gonna have to go for it. Yeah. I don't really know. Well, this is literally not working. That sugar's probably gonna need to be pulled off, or it's
My béarnaise sauce somewhat ready.
There's only 1 minute left in this championship. 1 minute to go. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. Put everything down. Woo! It is time to present these dishes to the judges. All right, it is now time for Glenpool to present their dishes to the judges.
Today, we're serving you filet mignon topped with béarnaise sauce and broccolini along with potato Anna.
Alrighty.
And for dessert, we have a cinnamon carrot cake.
Okay, alrighty. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
I saw you guys do so well today, and no matter what the results are, I am incredibly proud of your professionalism and how you managed to finish your dish. I'm very proud.
All right, how do you think you did?
That was a struggle. That was definitely the hardest meal we've had to put on a plate yet out of the rounds, so it was hard.
Tell me why.
The béarnaise was a pain, and I felt like I was messing it up every single time, and then our dessert was definitely a big challenge today.
And what did you do for dessert?
We made a carrot cake, so our special ingredient was carrots, and we mixed together whipped cream, the cake, carrots, and sugar, and made a small carrot cake.
And why was that challenging?
Because you don't really find carrots in dessert unless it's actual carrot cake when you can bake it in an oven. So it was a little interesting.
All right, how do you think you did?
Honestly, I couldn't do without the whipped cream, but I found a way to. We kind of put the lemon on literally the last second just for looks, so I don't know how it'll taste with the lemon, but.
Okay, so what did you come up with for the whipped cream?
So for the whipped cream, I just got whipping cream, and then I put my cinnamon sugar mix in there, and then I just kind of used that and honey to make it all stick together.
I think we did good for the challenges that we had today, but we got everything on a plate, so I think that was good.
Now, I heard from your colleagues about the challenges. What was challenging for you?
Definitely trying to make sure everything was right. These are all like new things to us, so making sure that it was all correct and as good as it could be was probably the challenging.
And what were you focused on?
I was on the potatoes Anna today.
Okay, how did you approach the potatoes Anna?
I went in not knowing what I was doing, but I think with help, I think we were able to pull it off.
Glenpool showed a lot of strengths. They worked well together as a team. The time did get close. They were running down to the wire. However, I think they did pull through. I like their dessert, the spin that they put on it. For my liking, the béarnaise needed a little bit more. I don't know if it was shallots, maybe a little bit more vinegar, something else to make it stand out. The potatoes were a little bit crispier for my liking, but overall, the team did very good.
Oh my gosh. What a tight competition here. I know the pressure was getting to them. I could tell it, but they still managed to pull through to the very end. Their steak, I love the presentation on it. I love that they sliced it. It was a medium rare. Their potatoes could have been less done. I do think that their dessert could have been dressed up just a little bit differently, maybe presented a little bit better. But the flavors, though, that's where I am won over on this. I just think that they really did put their heart and soul into this, and you could taste that on the plate.
Both teams did a fantastic job. Glenpool did great. Their presentation deck of the judges was exceptional. Actually, the broccoli was really exceptional. It was perfect. The potatoes were a little overcooked. The beef was oversalted. But overall, I thought the dish was quite good. The temp on the steak I thought was great. On the dessert, I felt like it was lacking something. The presentation wasn't great, and it was a carrot cake, but I feel like one of the key components to a carrot cake is that cream cheese icing, so I felt like it needed one more component to really pull it together and kind of give it that carrot cake flavor profile that you want. But overall, fantastic job.
Hello, judges. Today we have for you a nice filet mignon with some Anna potatoes along with some nice broccoli that we did. The steak, our goal was to do it medium, and then we have a béarnaise sauce on top along with compound butter to do that. And then for our dessert, the name that we were all able to come up with was the Twilight Turtle Dream. So we really wanted to emphasize with the chips that we had, the tortilla chips, was in the crust that we did on the bottom. Our entire goal of it was to add another layer of crunch, butteriness, and also saltiness to give you that nice texture. Then in the middle, we have a nice white chocolate custard that our lovely chef Gabby made. Then on top of that, we were able to add another layer of that turtle for y'all with the pecans, mini chocolate chips, caramel. All that came together to kind of make like those little turtles that y'all eat that y'all love. Of course I do anyways. And then we have raspberries as well, a raspberry on top. That is also another layer of in-depth flair along with the little poppiness of it. So we hope that you guys enjoy, and thank you.
I just want to say the things you have shown up with is amazing. I am very impressed. Just your presentation is great. I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I was scared.
You're not the only one.
We have arrived here together, and I'm very happy about this.
All right, how do you think you did?
I think that we did pretty solid at the end. We had a rough start at the beginning with all the dessert, and then the béarnaise sauce was really rough too. But other than that, I think we did pretty good.
Why was the béarnaise sauce rough?
I never exactly done béarnaise sauce. I done some other sauces like a eggs Benedict sauce and stuff. But other than that, I'd never even known what béarnaise sauce was. So.
And what were some of the challenges with the dessert?
The dessert, one of the main challenges was the time management. We waited to the very end to do our caramel sauce, and it almost kicked us in the butt, but thankfully we have a great chef like Michaela over there that was able to come in clutch and do that caramel sauce at the very end.
All right, how do you think you did?
I think we did pretty well, like, towards the end. Like, as Carter said, we did have a really rough start with everything because we were trying to put all of our focus into the dessert rather than the main course, but...
And what were you focused on today?
I did the potatoes.
Okay, and how did you approach potatoes, Anna?
They were kind of a rough start at first, and then they didn't want to stick together, but then it just kind of came together at the end better, so...
I think we did overall pretty well, you know. It was definitely rough today, but I think we pulled through.
What was the most challenging part for you?
Oh, definitely that custard. I ain't never made a custard. I don't ever want to make a custard again. But yeah, that.
Well, tell me about how you incorporated those chips into your dessert.
So we took them up, and on the bottom we made a crust out of the angel cake and some pecans. And so we crushed them up and we put them in there. That way they'd have like some crunch to it and just an overall flavor.
Did you get to try it yourself?
I did not, and I kind of don't want to.
Oh, what? You got to try it. Okay, well, maybe now you can go home and try making custards.
No, but I'll,
Custards for you.
Vanita, they did a very good job as well as working as a team. You could definitely tell who the team leader was, and they definitely exemplified that. When the plate was served to the judges, I think they did a very good job of explaining the dish. One thing that I do want to point, the steak was promised to us at a medium. However, it was a little rare, a little salted, heavy. But aside from that, I think they've done an overall really good job in the competition as a whole today and other days.
Welcome to the championship round, Vanita. You showed up. I was very impressed with everything that went on during this hour. There was a couple of things, maybe some organization that kind of fell apart when things got tough. But I didn't see anything too worrisome there. Their creativity on their dessert was another level unto itself. They really did. They chose a difficult, surprising ingredient, tortilla chips. They incorporated it in a meaningful way. I do think the potatoes were superior in this dish. I mean, you really are keeping me guessing till the very last minute. I don't know who has the upper hand here. It's just, they both just showed up so well here.
The Vanita team, I thought, did a great job. You could see that they worked together really well. Their captain felt like he was really in charge, but also really respectful of his other team members, which I thought was great to see. The dish overall was good. The steak, as the other judges mentioned, was undercooked. Something to work on. I think that once again it was oversalted, but they achieved some rounder flavor with the compound butter they used. But the compound butter also kind of washed out some of the béarnaise flavor, so it was kind of a hit and miss with the compound butter. The potatoes I thought were exceptional. You could taste the herbs in them, which was really good, especially since they were cooking out on a stovetop in a dish you probably usually cook in an oven. So to achieve that quality on the potatoes, cooking them the way they did, I thought was really good. And then to echo the other judges, I thought the dessert was exceptional. They said it was going to be a custard. It was cooked to a point of almost being a toffee texture, so the texture wasn't quite custard-like, but overall, presentation was great, the flavors were great, and the team did a really good job.
Our judges have expertly tasted and tested today's entrees and handed in their scores. And now it's time to not only announce the winner, but the champion. All right, the judges have tasted and they have tallied up their score, and it is the closest scoring between two teams this whole season. But there is only one winner. And the winner is, for this championship round of Food Fight Season 3, goes to Vanita! So Vanita is our winner. Both teams do take home some scholarship money, but we are crowning Vanita as the winner of Food Fight Season 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next year. Good job, everyone.
Food Fight is made possible by the Oklahoma Natural Gas Energy Efficiency Rebate Program. You can find more inspiration in the kitchen at naturalgascooking.com.